Chicago Bears head coach Matt Nagy finally confirms what we were all afraid of, which is Andy Dalton will start week 1 for the Chicago Bears against the LA Rams. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms, guys, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, as I do so very often. Let's get into it. There you have it, folks. Andy Dalton confirmed as the week 1 starter. And if you're wondering why I'm smiling, it is because I'm smiling in trying to hide the pain. Right? Trying to hide the pain that is knowing my team is starting Andy Dalton when we have Justin Fields. Now, this comes right after the Chicago Bears got embarrassed by the Buffalo Bills and quarterback Mitchell Trubisky in the second preseason game of the year. I get it, it's preseason, but hey, it's one more time Matt Nagy can blame Mitchell Trubisky for a loss, because this time Mitch balled out and destroyed the Bears. Now, I gave my thoughts on that in my recap for the preseason game. I don't want to dive too much into it. It's preseason after all. Let's talk about the Bears and Matt Nagy specifically confirming Andy Dalton as a starting quarterback for week 1. So what did he say? Basically reiterated that Andy will start week 1, and he said, quote, "We need to see him in the regular season," end quote. So I'm not going to say I'm surprised, because I'm not. I was expecting this all along. We know that Matt Nagy's been saying this all along, talking about the development plan for Justin Fields. We're going to develop him the right way. We're not going to rush him, throw him out there. But every preseason game that goes by and we see how abysmal Andy Dalton is makes it even more difficult to stomach the fact that we have to put up with Andy Dalton. All right, in the preseason game against the Bills, folks, he was awful. I mean, I shouldn't even say he was awful. He was what Andy Dalton is, which is not very good. He's not a starting level quarterback in the NFL. And I told you guys this before, right? The only reason that you don't start Justin Fields is you're afraid that he's going to get hurt behind the Bears' porous offensive line. And against the Rams, who have a ferocious D-line led by Aaron Donald, totally get that concern. That's the only concern. That's the only reason. Anything other than that is an excuse. The talent that Justin Fields possesses, it's clear, and you can see it right away. Even against the Bills, you didn't have a good game like he did against the Dolphins, but he still showed those flashes, still showed the spark, still showed that ability that you see from a rookie that possesses talent. And that's what I wanted to see. So to me, even right now, Justin Fields gives the Bears a better opportunity to win football games than Andy Dalton. Isn't that what's more important? And furthermore, okay, I sound like an English professor here with my words. Furthermore, that is going to be a year full of reps that Justin Fields gets no matter what happens this year. We know the Bears aren't winning the Super Bowl. That's fine. So what's the most important thing for me and Bears fans? It's to develop Justin Fields, and the best way to develop him in certain situations like this one, give him playing time against real NFL first-string defenses in the regular season. That's the best way, because you can sit behind a quarterback when you know the quarterback is clearly better than you. Like Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. Like Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith, who may have not been clearly better. He was certainly in that system for a while, right? So sitting behind a quarterback, I'm not against. I told you this. But it's only when the quarterback is much better or has been in that system for a while. Andy Dalton's in his first year with the Bears, just like Justin Fields is. It makes no damn sense. This is Matt Nagy being stubborn and saying that he cares about Justin Fields' development, and that's the most important thing to him. No, here's the thing. Matt Nagy knows that the way to secure his job is to hide the fact that he can keep hide Andy Dalton in the fact that he can keep Justin Fields on the side and just say, hey, until we see Justin Fields, you can't fire me, so I'm going to keep trotting out Andy Dalton out there until I need to put Justin Fields. Well, you know what? For Bears fans' sakes, you should probably want Andy Dalton to start, because that's going to get Matt Nagy fired quicker. That's what Matt Nagy isn't understanding. He keeps thinking, oh, my grand plan is I'm going to start Dalton, and no matter what, they can't fire me because they haven't seen Fields in the regular season. Well, if you keep losing games with Andy Dalton, you're going to get fired, Matt Nagy. And your offense is abysmal. We all know Matt Nagy can lead. He can certainly coach. He's got good traits as a head coach in terms of leadership abilities. But as an offensive genius that he claims to be, as an offensive mastermind, as an offensive coach, he is abysmal. He is none of those things that the Sean McVays are, that the Kyle Shanahans are, that the top offensive minds in the NFL are. Matt Nagy's offense is atrocious. And now you've gone through 3 quarterbacks in Dalton, in Trubisky, in Foles. The offense still is stagnant. The only time it's shown life and flashes is with Justin Fields. And even then, Matt Nagy doesn't always put him in the best positions to succeed. So to me, again, this is Matt Nagy being stubborn. I'm not surprised. He's going to start Andy Dalton. But you know what? I'm going to try to stay a little bit optimistic here and just hope that, what I expect to happen is Andy Dalton does what Andy Dalton does, and he's going to flounder. And eventually, even if Matt Nagy doesn't want to, he is going to be forced to put in Justin Fields. That is one of my bold predictions that I made before the season. He is going to be forced. The Bears will lose too many games with Andy Dalton, and Matt Nagy will be on the hot seat. His job will be on the line. The media will be clamoring for Justin Fields. It's too much pressure. He's going to crack, and Justin Fields is going to start. It's a matter of when, not if. Remember that. Week 4 against Detroit, that might be it. But Justin Fields is starting one way or another. It just depends on when it's happening, folks. But believe you me, Andy Dalton is not going all 17 games this NFL season. There's no way that's happening. And Matt Nagy, as much as he wants to make it happen, it's not going to happen. He's going to learn the hard way. Matt Nagy is going to learn the hard way because according to him, the best approach for the Bears is for him to call plays and for Andy Dalton to be the starting quarterback. But no, it's actually Bill Lazor calling the plays and Justin Fields to start as the starting quarterback. So to me, I can't wait until that happens. But we have to see Andy Dalton until then. So let's have fun with that as much as we can. Who am I kidding? We're not going to have any fun. So let me know what you guys think, man. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.